morning. I need you to turn to page 345 because that's what we'll be doing today. Pause the video. When you get there, you can resume the video. So on page 345, you'll see a problem. Marty is running a 3.2, 3 2/10 kilometer race. Water stations are set up 8 equal sections of the race. How far are the water stations? These are the kind of problems that we'll be solving in this unit. It's just dividing by decimals. We have the total of 3.2, and it's going to be divided into 8 equal sections. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the kind of problem that we're going to be solving. So I'll show you how to do that, and you'll go along with me. And so for a problem like this, you'll see that all of these sections are actually going to be equal to 4/10. You're going to ask yourself, how do I know that? And some of you might already have this answer here. But if you look down at the problem, I'll move this book up a little for you. You can see down here. Just think 8 times what is going to give you 3 2/10, right? Remember, 3 2/10 divided by 8 is also 8 times question mark equals 3 2/10. Multiplication and division are inverse operations of another. So what they did here is 33.2 is 32 tenths. 8 times, and you can see here's your final answer. 8 times 4/10 is going to give you 32 tenths, and 32 tenths equals 3 2/10. Remember, 10 tenths equals 1. Try solving some on our own. Turn the page, please. Mr. Kovich is preparing materials for a craft project. He needs to cut 2 meters of string into pieces that are 2/10 meters long. How many 2/10 meter pieces can he cut from 2 meters of string? My suggestion is to set up the problem like you just saw it, and we'll figure out if each of these pieces is 2/10 meters, how long will it take you to fill up a whole box of how many different pieces that'll equal 2 meters. The whole thing is that. Good. Pause the video. See if you can kind of solve that out on your own. If you get stuck, just resume the video. But when you're done trying it on your own, you can watch how I solve it. I copied kind of what we did last time, right? So the whole thing is 2 0/10 or 2 equals 20/10. So then I ask yourself, this problem will be, by the way, I should have written this down, divided by 0.2 equals question mark. That's the problem that we're trying to solve here. And just remember that you can replace this with 20/10. So 2/10 times what is going to equal 20/10? You know it's going to be 10, right? So there's going to be 10 pieces here. And there'll be 10 pieces. If you got that right, you guys are on the right track. If you did not, I hope you see how adding those up or multiplying or dividing will give you the same answer. Let's do another one together. So this is on page 348. What I'd like you to do, it's the part where it's look ahead. I'd like you to actually pause the video and solve these on your own. Read the instructions here. I think you'll do just fine by filling in these blanks. Please pause the video, solve it on your own, and then resume the video. And you can listen to how I solve it. Alright, you should have solved these answers right now. I'm going to do them for you right here. We know this one. How many groups of 2 are in 2? Well, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. How many groups of 2/10 are in 2? Well, 10/10 are in 1. That means we have 2/10 that are going to be in 2. It's going to be 10 groups. That's the problem that we just solved, by the way. How many groups of 200s are there in 2? I bet a lot of you guys figured this out, and you notice that the pattern equals that. And you can see the exact same thing down here. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2/10. And there is going to be your pattern as we go through problems like this. I'll scooch over while we're doing this together right now. Think about it this way, right? So 5 divided by, looking at this problem. I want to remind you too, if you guys are confused, you can always pause the video, rewind what I'm saying. Maybe you want to hear me say it a second time, that might help you. So this is going to be, if I wrote this as a multiplication problem, it would be n times equals 5, right? And if I wanted to do it this way, n times 2/10 equals 50/10. And we know what times 2/10 is going to give me 50/10. Well, the answer is going to be 25. Right there, 2 times 25. Look at that. So just the same kind of pattern that we're thinking of right now, using multiplication to help us solve these problems. All right, so you'll try page 350 now, just problem number 3. Mrs. Carter's preparing materials for a craft project. She needs to cut 5 meters of ribbon into pieces that are 5/10 meters long. How many 5/10 meter pieces can she cut from 5 meters of ribbon? Go ahead, guys, set that problem up with the multiplication. I bet you'll have no problem doing it. Pause the video, solve it on your own, and then come back and resume the video and check your work. If you set it up just like this, you would realize that you can cut pieces. Look at that. All right, final problem of the video right now. We're going to scooch over to page 351, and then you'll be able to do your assignment. Doing the same thing, folks. You're doing the same exact thing we keep talking about. The idea of using multiplication to help you solve this. And I think you might already know the answer to it just by looking at those numbers up there. Coach Ann is setting up 2 7/10 kilometer race. She uses flags to mark off 9 equal sections of the race. How far apart should she space the flags to mark off the section? This is on page 351. You're going to pause the video, solve this on your own. If you get this right, you know exactly what you're doing. You'll be able to complete today's work. So try it on your own, and then resume the video again and see if you got the problem right by yourself. Hopefully you set a problem like that, and you can tell yourself, well, question mark times 9 equals 27/10. And so I'm going to push a little box over here, think, right? Because there's things I know. I know that 9 holes times 3 holes equals 27 holes, right? 9 times 3 equals a total of 27. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get 27/10. So what do you think I need to change in order to get 27/10? Let's multiply by 3/10. So your final answer is going to be 3/10 right there. And if you want to remember, when we talk about multiplication, whenever you multiply 9 by less than 1, you're going to get an answer that's less than what you started with. You started with 9. So great work. All right, you guys should be good to go. Hopefully you had no problems. I would recommend, if you did have a problem, you go back and watch some of the video again. I can do this, so I figured I would. Hi, how we doing? All right, good luck today. May the force be with you.